Have you ever wondered about the origins of the Forex market? Well, it's a fascinating tale that takes us back to the dawn of civilization, when the first seeds of foreign exchange were sown. Picture ancient Babylon, where merchants were already swapping goods and currencies across borders. This was the humble beginning of the concept of foreign exchange that we know today. But the Babylonians were not the only ones. The Phoenicians, the Greeks, and the Romans were also key players in the early days of currency exchange. Money changers, as they were known, played a pivotal role in trade, facilitating transactions between regions with different currencies. These ancient civilizations laid the groundwork for the complex and dynamic Forex market we know today. They understood the need for a system to exchange one form of currency for another, a concept that remains at the heart of Forex trading. So, the roots of the Forex market reach back into ancient history, where the first instances of currency exchange took place. Fast forward to the late 19th century and the Forex market began to resemble what we know today. This was the era when the gold standard was adopted by various countries, providing a stable framework for currency valuation. But what exactly is the gold standard? The gold standard is a monetary system where a country's currency or paper money has a value directly linked to gold. With the gold standard, countries agreed to convert paper money into a fixed amount of gold. A country that uses the gold standard sets a fixed price for gold and buys and sells gold at that price. That fixed price is used to determine the value of the currency. The gold standard was seen as a means to ensure monetary stability and to prevent inflation. It is important to note, however, that while the gold standard provided a measure of financial security, it was not a flawless system. It was susceptible to boom and bust cycles, and it relied on the physical availability of gold, which could be limiting. Despite these challenges, the gold standard had a significant impact on international trade. It provided a common measure of value, which helped to simplify transactions between countries. This allowed for increased trade and economic integration, which in turn drove the global economy forward. The adoption of the gold standard also laid the groundwork for the modern Forex market. By linking currencies to a fixed amount of gold, the gold standard created a system where currencies could be exchanged at a set rate. This was a significant departure from earlier times when exchange rates were often unpredictable and fluctuated widely. In essence, the gold standard made it possible for countries to participate in international trade with a level of certainty and stability. It established a system where the value of a currency was not simply a matter of national pride, but rather a reflection of a country's economic health and stability. So, as we look back at the history of the Forex market, it's clear that the gold standard played a pivotal role. It provided a stable framework for currency valuation, a key element in the development of the Forex market. The aftermath of World War II brought about significant changes in the global financial landscape. This was a period marked by the emergence of a new international monetary system, sculpted at the historic Bretton Woods Conference in 1944. Picture this: 44 delegations from across the globe converging in the serene setting of New Hampshire's Bretton Woods. Their mission? To create a stable, predictable financial order that would avoid the economic chaos that had fueled 2 world wars. The outcome of this conference was the Bretton Woods Agreement, a monumental achievement. It linked major currencies to the US dollar, and the dollar in turn was linked to gold. The US dollar became the world's reserve currency, a role it largely retains to this day. The agreement also established 2 key international institutions, the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. But why link currencies to the US dollar and gold? The answer lies in the stability that such a system promised. By tying currencies to the US dollar and the dollar to gold, countries were able to keep their exchange rates stable. This link offered a sense of security, a shield against the wild currency fluctuations that had wreaked havoc on economies in the past. The Bretton Woods system also had a profound impact on international trade. With stable exchange rates, countries could engage in trade without the fear of currency value fluctuation. This facilitated economic growth as countries could now confidently trade on an international level. But the Bretton Woods Agreement was more than a stabilizer. It also served as a catalyst for economic expansion in the post-war era. By fostering stable economic conditions, the agreement paved the way for global economies to rebuild and flourish after the ravages of the war. In conclusion, the Bretton Woods Agreement was a vital chapter in the history of the Forex market. It shaped the global financial landscape and laid the groundwork for the modern Forex market. The Bretton Woods Agreement provided stability and facilitated economic growth in the post-war era. However, the Bretton Woods system eventually collapsed, paving the way for a new era in the Forex market. The early 1970s witnessed the crumbling of the Bretton Woods system, brought about by economic imbalances and an inability to maintain fixed exchange rates. This collapse triggered an upheaval in the international monetary system, and a new approach to currency valuation emerged: the floating exchange rates. In contrast to the fixed rates of the Bretton Woods system, floating exchange rates allowed currencies to fluctuate, their values determined by the invisible hand of market forces. Supply and demand, inflation, political stability, all these elements and more began to shape the value of currencies in a dynamic and ever-changing global marketplace. This was indeed a dramatic shift. The world of Forex, which had been governed by rigid rules and regulations, now danced to the tune of the global economy's ebb and flow. The transition wasn't smooth, of course. There were uncertainties, volatilities, and economic crises. But these challenges were also accompanied by opportunities for speculation, for profit, and for a new kind of economic freedom. Traders could now buy and sell currencies not just based on a fixed gold value, but on their predictions of market trends and economic indicators. They could profit from the ups and downs, the uncertainties, and even the crises. This speculative aspect of trading was a game changer. It not only attracted more participants to the Forex market, but also injected a higher level of liquidity into the trading environment. The shift to floating exchange rates also allowed for greater flexibility. Central banks could now use monetary policies to adjust their currency values, to manage inflation, and to stabilize their economies. This was a powerful tool, one that continues to shape our global economy today. And so, as the dust settled on the demise of the Bretton Woods system, a new landscape emerged, one of dynamic currency values, of market-driven exchange rates, and of unprecedented opportunities for traders around the globe. The shift to floating exchange rates marked a turning point in the Forex market. The 1990s brought about a revolution in the Forex market with the introduction of electronic trading platforms. This was a major game changer, a shift from the traditional trading methods that were primarily conducted through phone calls and bustling physical trading floors. Now let's take a moment to imagine the scene before this transformation. Picture a trading floor teeming with brokers shouting over the din to make trades. It was a world where speed was of the essence, but the process was often slow and cumbersome. Then came the 1990s, a time of tech innovations and rapid internet growth. The advent of electronic trading platforms forever changed this landscape. Suddenly, traders could execute trades with a click of a button from anywhere in the world. It was faster, more efficient, and drastically reduced the room for human error. But the benefits didn't stop there. Electronic trading platforms also brought about increased accessibility. Before, the world of Forex trading was mostly limited to banks and large financial institutions. Now, anyone with an internet connection could participate. This democratization of the Forex market led to a significant increase in the number of market participants. And with more participants came greater liquidity. Remember, liquidity is the ease with which an asset, in this case a currency, can be bought or sold without affecting its price. With more people trading, currencies could be bought and sold more easily, making the Forex market more liquid. Electronic trading platforms also provided traders with a wealth of information at their fingertips. Real-time price updates, historical data, and advanced analytics tools became readily available, enabling traders to make more informed decisions. This revolution wasn't without its challenges, of course. The increased speed and accessibility also meant increased risk. But with proper risk management strategies and an understanding of the market, traders could navigate these new waters. The advent of electronic trading has made the Forex market more accessible than ever before, shaping the market as we know it today. This transformation has truly democratized the world of Forex trading, making it a global playground open to all. So, we've traveled through time, from the ancient beginnings to the electronic trading era. We started with the ancient civilizations like the Babylonians, Phoenicians, Greeks, and Romans, where the concept of currency exchange was born out of necessity for international trade. Then, we journeyed to the late 19th century, when the adoption of the gold standard provided a stable framework for currency valuation. We witnessed the post-World War II era, when the Bretton Woods Agreement tied major currencies to the US dollar, providing stability and economic growth. But the system collapsed in the early 70s, giving rise to the era of floating exchange rates, where market forces determined currency values. Finally, we arrived at the digital age, where electronic trading platforms revolutionized the Forex market, increasing its accessibility and liquidity. Understanding the history of the Forex market helps us appreciate the complexities and opportunities it presents today.